Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. It is a absolutely perfectly beautiful day. I don't know if you can see how well it's coming through on your end. Let me roll the window down just for a minute. That doesn't help any. There's not a cloud in the sky, and the skies are actually really blue. On my end on the screen, it looks like it's showing that the sky is white. It's actually just a really beautiful blue, and there is not a cloud anywhere, and the temperature is just nearly perfect. But it's not going to last. We're going to heat back up again still. And it's really dry. But still, you can't complain right now. It's been a really mild year so far, which actually makes me think that probably this winter may be a pretty harsh one. We'll see. Anyways, a lot of stuff's going on, as always, and I hope that you folks that are watching my channel and others like mine are taking note of the things that we talk about and putting it to action, using it as motivation to get up off the couch or whatever you're doing and to get really ready, because I think we're getting into some very dangerous and serious territory on multiple things that are happening. And we may not have that much longer before you can't really prepare much anymore. That you're just in survival mode, right? I don't know. I mean, days, weeks, months, years, but it looks like it's coming sooner than you think, because I think things are picking up. So I hope, I pray that those of you that are watching my channel aren't just watching it for the entertainment factor or to sit here and laugh at the hillbilly guy driving down the gravel road, one lane gravel road at 15 miles an hour with no seatbelt on. Anyways, I hope you're doing something about it. I guess some good things in all the stuff, there's this government shutdown going on, and something like 1.5 million federal employees have been furloughed or laid off, and President Trump is saying that they're not going to get paid, and that goes against, I guess, U.S. law and U.S. policy, but he's saying that if you're off work, you're not getting paid when you come back. So because usually, even though you get laid off during a government shutdown, once you come back, you get a back pay for all that time. He's saying you're not going to get it, so we'll see. A lot of airports have been shutting down because they don't have any air traffic controllers because of the government shutdown. But you know what? There's some good news in all this. The IRS has furloughed almost 50% of its workforce. I hope that means that there's going to be less people being audited and all that kind of stuff, because IRS is it's evil. Just the whole concept of stealing from people their hard-earned labor, it's wrong. So yeah, I mean, they could just leave that one shut down as far as I'm concerned. It's not going to happen. I know it was what was promised to us, but it's not going to happen. But I'd be okay with that. Anyways, in other news, yes, crazy wars are happening and beginning to happen everywhere. Russia has been flying its largest military cargo plane, which is the largest military cargo plane in the world, into Iran pretty much daily, even a couple of times a day. Offloading missile defense systems, all kinds of stuff. And, I mean, it's getting pretty obvious that it's getting serious there. And there's a bigger buzz, it seems like, in the last 48 hours. And I'm not exactly sure why, but there's a bigger buzz online and social media that Israel attacking Iran or Iran attacking Israel is imminent. Like it's going to happen really soon. It may not, but it just seems like there's a lot of people, a lot of news stories talking about it, that it's getting really close. And it's going to be bigger than anything we've ever seen between those two, or it's going to be big, and it could be. Here's the thing: I want to throw this out there, because if that happens again, I mean, the White House has already said that we're going to be involved. We're going to go over there and we're going to finish the job that we started. I guess I had something on my camera there. Finish the job, I guess, we started when we bombed their nuclear weapons facilities. What happens when they shoot one of our planes out of the sky? It's not out of the question. China says that they have technology that can shoot down our stealth planes. I mean, it's not been used, but they say they have it. And what if it actually worked? How would that change our involvement? if they shoot down one of our planes. It's just something to throw out there. Also, mentioning Israel, the whole Gaza-Israel peace deal just kind of seemed to go away. Last weekend, man, it was all the buzz, and the president told them they had till 5 p.m. or all hell was going to break loose, and that time has come and gone, and now it's just, they're just talking about they're negotiating still. So I don't know. Who knows what's all that's happening. Here in the U.S., there's some very concerning things going on, and I've mentioned it this morning and I think yesterday also, but it's still happening. Today the president, and there's video of it, spoke of the left, like Democrats, and he called them the terrorists. Not the terrorist groups like Antifa, but that the Democrat left are terrorists. I mean, there's some pretty strong words, and I'm not saying that I 100% disagree with him, but for a president to say those words, that's pretty serious. The White House also confirmed today that they are, in fact, discussing the possibility of invoking the Insurrection Act. And I think that's why you're seeing the president and other proxies use terms like insurrection and terrorists and violence and war and all this kind of stuff, because they're building a case for it. You know, the things that they're saying, as much as I think that these cities that they're talking about are far left loony communist places, they're saying things that really just aren't true, so that they can build a case to, you know, basically start a war on them. And Pam Bondi, the person that doesn't do anything about Epstein, but is going after gun owner membership rolls. Anyways, if you missed the video this morning, sorry, you should go back and watch it. She said today that we will deal with groups like Antifa in the same way that we've been dealing with the cartels down south. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. We've been dropping missiles on the cartels down in South America. Is that what you're saying that we're going to do? That we're going to drop missiles and bombs on Antifa on American soil? We're talking some extreme things here. But there's 500 National Guard troops have been deployed into Chicago, and the head of the National Guard of Oregon said that if they get deployed into Portland, that his orders to his people will be to only protect the protesters. And so all of this stuff that's going on does build a perfect case for an Insurrection Act, and even quite possibly some type of, national emergency martial law. So I do think that it's close. I think it's going to happen. I mean, it could be today even. It could be in the next few days. And like I said this morning or yesterday, that's not the end-all be-all thing. Doesn't mean it's all ended. But it does mean that things are getting really heated up. Here's something to think about. If we get ourselves involved in a world war, or at least some kind of big external war, and then also have some internal warring going on, and it lasts long enough to get us to the next big election, the President Trump has said many times that he's running in the next election, 2028. And constitutionally, he can't. Unless the election's suspended because we're in a state of martial law. I don't know. I know that some of you are saying, oh, no, you're taking things too far. The man is just trolling people. I think he trolls people with the truth. And people just accept it as trolling or joking, when in fact that's what he's doing, because that's what's happened so far. That's the history of what's happened. Oh, he's trolling you about Greenland. No, we're actually still trying to take Greenland. So I don't know. I just thought I'd throw those things at you. It doesn't look good. I don't want you all terrified and fear and just physically upset, getting to the point that you're sick because of how bad things are going. there are good things that can still happen, and there are good things that are happening in the world. And we still are blessed because that we are children of God. And so no matter how bad things get, we have to remember that. And we have to remember that we still have a commission. We still have a duty of things to do here as children of God and as followers of Yeshua. And so, and then he will protect us. We have a duty to do as much as we can to take care of our families, but he'll be there to protect us. So let's not get too upset and too worried about what's going on. Yeah, I do think that things are pretty bad right now, and I know that it's going to make some of you's heads explode. But I think it might actually be worse than when Biden. It's a different way. I mean, Biden was a crazy, Marxist old, poopy pants old man. But this is different. And I think in some ways it's worse. So, I know I probably just upset a whole lot of you. But I just, we're going into territory we've never really gone in as a country. And I think that's a very dangerous thing. So get ready, get your houses in order. Of course, the thing. Do the things. Prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.